Erika Kirk just got exposed for using Charlie's death to take over Turning Point USA, and Candace Owens is getting ready to expose her live. Turning Point USA just invited Candace Owens for a public debate this week, and Candace is ready. She has text messages, video footage, and even confession statements confirming that the people closest to Charlie betrayed him.
Widow of conservative activist Charlie Kirk is taking over the organization her husband helped to establish. Erika Kirk was officially named as CEO of Turning Point USA by the group's board. In a post on social media today, the board said the organization will carry on and not surrender to evil. Charlie Kirk was fatally shot during an open-air event on the campus of Utah Valley University on September 10th. 22-year-old Tyler Robinson is charged in his killing. Charlie Kirk co-founded Turning Point USA in 2012. The group is credited with energizing the youth vote in Donald Trump's 2024 presidential election victory.
On September 10th, 2025, during a debating event as part of his American comeback tour, Charlie Kirk was shot to death at Utah Valley University in Orem. A crowd of around 3,000 students witnessed his death, and allegedly the people who had arranged for it to all happen were right there by Charlie's side. At 12:33 p.m., Charlie was shot, and just 33 hours later, the suspect, Tyler Robinson, was arrested. It was actually after Tyler's arrest that the real issues started to come forward. Tyler's arrest, confession, and even his escape, something didn't feel right. The most shocking part, Charlie actually saw his death coming, and Pusa knew about it. I don't think we are getting the truth.
And I do believe that because you are not forthcoming about the information that you have, about Charlie texting you guys and saying that he thought he was going to be assassinated that very next day. Okay, the day that he died, Charlie knew that he thinks he was going to be killed tomorrow, and you guys are sitting on that information.
Charlie knew that there was a credible threat against his life, and he told his security team about it. His team, however, did nothing. After his death, Candace began looking at flight records on the day of Charlie's death and found something no one could have expected. Egyptian military contractors landed at Provo Airport the same day Charlie Kirk was a jet registered out of Egypt came online on the tarmac at Provo PVU 21 minutes before Charlie Kirk was shot.
I can now report to you that it is a fact that on 9/4, there were, this was not some dropping by in Utah as they were trying to claim because the plane needed to be serviced. That's what they ran with. They ran with, this could have been a routine servicing. I guess there's just no place from Egypt all the way to Utah that an Egyptian military plane can get a tire changed. This is totally routine, nothing to see here. Well, I'm telling you that for a fact, that plane was carrying military subcontractors. And for a fact, they were dropped off in Provo, okay? And that they did not make it back to Cairo. I showed you the plane left. They left on September 10th. It then laid over in Wilmington, Delaware, and departed back for Cairo on the 11th. I am telling you that when that plane left, okay, those people were mysteriously missing from that plane, okay? What's going on here? Why are Egyptian military subcontractors, what are Egyptian military subcontractors doing in the middle of Provo, Utah on the day that Charlie Kirk was assassinated?
The real question isn't why these military contractors were involved, but who they were actually working for. And this is where you start to see that Charlie was living between enemies. Egyptian military contractors landing in Utah the same day as him and leaving just 1 hour later isn't just a coincidence. This same plane has been following Charlie for more than a year and was allegedly tracking Erika.
Actually tracking for years was Erika. Not Charlie, but Erika was the one being tracked by these planes. Between 2022 and September of 2025, both of those aircrafts, SU-BTT, the yellow plane, and SU-BND, the blue plane, showed 68 overlaps with Erika's documented locations, okay? 68 overlaps. I have since been able to add now 73 times that this overlapped, okay? And 29 of those instances also happened to include Charlie. Charlie was also present. These are all the instances in which this plane, all 68 instances that this plane crossed with Erika. And I'm also going to say this includes overseas as well. So my instant question becomes, why didn't Turning Point acknowledge that this plane was familiar to them? When I was taking all of these figurative online bullets, someone could have easily said something, right? That's kind of a repeat thing in this investigation. Josh Hammer lies, I get attacked, Turning Point just stays silent. They know he's lying, but they allow the lie to flow. Alex Clark lies, I get attacked, I'm telling the truth. Turning Point knows it, but they kind of allow this like Catholic thing, lie to flow. And the influencers are allowed to lie. Nobody at Turning Point ever just steps to clarify that I'm onto something or I'm telling the truth about something. And when it comes to these Egyptian flights, the math on this is indisputable. There is less than a 0.0000000001% probability, okay, under random distribution models that these Egyptian planes coincidentally landed around Erika at these times. Like I said, this plane was not just with her in America, it was also tracking her overseas as well. I flagged this because I was alarmed because I thought it was tracking Charlie. And I am telling you that this plane, in addition to Charlie, and primarily actually was tracking Erika.
Was Charlie's death planned so Erika could take his place? These questions sound crazy at first, but once you start to take a look at what's been happening after Charlie died, everything starts to line up. First of all, the official narrative surrounding the assassination just doesn't make sense. The story is full of holes, and Joe Rogan has been going after it since day one. You've got a decoy shooter who mysteriously ends up in jail and can't be interviewed. You've got a supposedly modern-looking rifle that authorities claim came from World War I, conveniently with no serial number. And then there's the part where they said he took the rifle apart and put it back together on a rooftop under pressure. Like, come on.
It's actually factually inaccurate,
right,
according to the narrative. Now, let's be real clear. I don't necessarily think they know what's going on yet. There's a lot of weird going on with this.
I know.
First of all, there was that one guy who was the decoy. All right, so you got this guy who's an older guy who starts yelling out. Didn't he take his pants down? He took his pants down. This guy was at 9/11. He was at the Boston bombings.
All the hits.
He called in a fake bomb at another place. And then he did this at this thing. Right after, so somehow or another, this guy has the state of mind that the moment someone gets, he yells out and says, I did it, and takes his pants down or something like that. I don't know exactly what he did. Then, ready for this? He gets arrested for child right away.
Right after this happened?
Oh, right away. He's in jail for child. Why is that? Well, now you can't interview him.
Right, right.
Right, and because when the internet people start going, how are you at all these different things? Like, what are the odds? Like, if someone ran it through one of the ChatGPT and Perplexity things, like, what are the odds that this guy would be at all those different events and be involved? Like, zero.
This is the guy?
Yeah.
I just like that the pants down part is just insane to me. It's like, why is your
I'm not saying,
I did it.
Listen, I'm not saying this guy is an insane. He's clearly insane. Yeah. Or not. Or he's professionally insane.
They expect us to believe that a guy with no shooting experience could make a shot like this using a gun from World War II. And if that wasn't enough, what's up with every shooter now writing a confession note on their bullets?
Grandfather's rifle from World War I and doesn't have a serial code. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Why? Wait. Why are you using such an old gun? Like, that's kind of crazy. Like, is it possible that an old gun can be that accurate? If you have a gunsmith and they work on it, yeah, it's totally possible. You have a really good gunsmith and he sets, if you're like a nostalgic person, you like driving an old car, you could bring it to a mechanic, they could redo the brakes.
Sure.
So if you got a good gunsmith and he took a look at that and the action was true and, you know, the bore is good, you know, yeah, you could conceivably shoot with a gun for hundreds of years, right? Guns don't necessarily go bad.
Right, they don't expire.
Right, and especially because all the stuff, like the trigger and the action and all that different stuff is replaceable, so you can just, like, it's compartmentalized, it's components. That's the other thing. They said that he took it apart and then put it back together again. Shut the f*** up. Do you know how much time it would take to do that if you were highly skilled?
To disassemble a gun.
To disassemble a rifle so that you can get it in a backpack. And by the way, not going to fit.
Not going to fit in a backpack.
And then somehow or another reconnects it once he gets off the roof? What? What's that about?
Is that what they pitched, huh?
Yeah. And then he's supposed to get it in that stupid backpack. It's literally, it makes no sense.
And the elevator music was a nice touch, by the way.
Yeah. So this is just a narrative.
Several ex-military snipers have come forward saying that they actually believe that there was a second shooter. The ballistics don't line up, and believe it or not, but a ballistic analysis of Charlie wasn't even done. They just randomly found a gun in the middle of the woods and decided yes, this was the weapon. According to Candace, she'd heard from a well-placed source that the FBI was pressuring Utah officials to shut down the Charlie Kirk investigation completely. The push, she said, was aggressive, and the higher-ups wanted the case closed and labeled as a simple lone gunman situation.
This guy is equally sane, and he's saying, hey, look, that appears to me to be an exit wound, and when I go and look at this, and by the way, Kash Patel said on Sunday that the FBI is looking at leads, including the location of the shot and the angle of the bullet, potentially a second shooter. And that's what Kash Patel said on the Sunday news show. So this does not appear, Pat, that it's one crazy person.
Does this say that Kash Patel said there's a second shooter?
Yes, sir.
Rob, can you zoom in a little bit, please? I'm 46. Thank you. Director of FBI committed to ensuring the investigation into Charlie Kirk's assassination person. The full weight of Americans law enforcement is active following the extended. We are meticulously investigating theories and questioning includes the location where the shot was taken, the possibility of accomplices, text messages, confessions, related conversations, Discord chats, and the angle of the shot and bullet impact, how the weapon was transported, hand gesture observed as potential signals near Charlie. So they're doing all of that. Okay, that's
and
great.
They're saying
some
where
details,
the shot was taken.
Got it. Some details are known today, while others are still being pursued to ensure every possibility is considered. Our primary focus is complete investigation. Information will ensure regarding specific details, such as questions about the plane, regarding the turning off transponder assassination side. We can share updates.